This video explains the system settings and factory settings of PEM Android devices. Click to enter the setting menu, and you can see all the setting options. In the system menu, the first is mirror rear camera. The third is parking lines. The fourth is reversing radar. These three settings only take effect for the aftermarket reversing camera. If the camera display is abnormal, you can click the camera selection menu to select the correct camera. This car was originally equipped with an OEM camera. If rear camera is selected in this menu, the reverse image is abnormal when reverse gear is engaged, but the reverse radar and reverse lines can be displayed normally. When OEM camera is selected, the reverse image can be displayed normally when reverse gear is engaged. Back to the system menu. The second option is no video while driving. After turn off this function, the video can played. When this option is enabled, the video cannot be played. Back to the system menu, brightness is used to adjust the brightness of the screen. This is reverse mute, which turns off the sound of the reverse radar when it is turned on. These two options are the selection of temperature and fuel unit. After selecting the corresponding unit, open the instrument panel of Android device to see the corresponding temperature unit and fuel unit displayed below. Now let's demonstrate this very convenient function. If you have installed Spotify and YouTube, we will set Spotify as the default music app and YouTube as the default video app. We set Spotify as the default music app and select music app, and YouTube as the default video app and select video app. When returning to the main interface of Android system, we can directly click Music and HD Video to enter the default app just set. Another convenient way is to press and hold the three small icons on the left of the main menu to set the Quick Start icon. After setting, click the small icon on the left to directly enter the corresponding app. In the navigation menu, you can select the default navigation app for Android devices. We select Google Maps and open the navigation in the main interface. After selection, and Google Maps will be opened by default. In the volume menu, you can adjust the Android volume and OEM volume. If the volume of your car is abnormal, you can check the settings here. OEM volume setting is mainly aimed at the navigation broadcast volume of Android system in OEM radio mode. Now let's demonstrate. Now we have turned on the OEM radio and turned the OEM volume to the minimum. There is no sound when entering Android navigation. Then go back to the factory setting. and turn the OEM volume to the maximum. At this time, the navigation will broadcast normally. Please adjust the volume according to your preference.
准备出发，全程19公里，大约需要34分钟。前方在道路尽头，右转。
You can select sound effects from the sound menu. There are several built-in sound effects. You can also debug them on the right according to your personal preferences. In the language menu, you can select the system language of Android devices, which has multiple languages built in. In the time menu, the first is time synchronization. We can select the car time or Android time. It should be noted that selecting Android time requires the device to be connected to the network to correctly synchronize the time display. We recommend to synchronize the car time. The time system can be selected in the time below, which can be 12 hours or 24 hours. You can see the version number, MCU version, and memory in the system info menu. Pull down to see MCU upgrade, system recovery and system check update. Please operate under our guidance. Next, let's talk about factory setting. To enter the factory setting, you need to enter the password 0700305. If not necessary, try not to change the factory setting. After entering the factory settings, focus on F-cam. If you have installed the front view camera, you need to open the F-cam. When you return to the APP menu, you will find an additional F-cam APP. Click to open the front view camera, and the front view camera will also be automatically activated when the forward gear is engaged. Return to factory setting and close F-cam. The APP will disappear in the APP menu. Sing Assistant can close the small icon of the voice assistant, and the small icon on the right will disappear after closing. Go back to the factory settings and pull down. In Remember the Last mode, you can select the system that is started by default when the car starts, and you can select OEM system or Android system. The DVR option is to select the corresponding type of dashcam. There are two types of dashcam: CVBS and USB. If it is a USB recorder, you need to ask the merchant for the recorder APK to be installed in the Android device, and then select this APP. This is the Bluetooth option. You can choose OEM Bluetooth or Android Bluetooth. For a practical demonstration, if it is set to Android Bluetooth, click Communication in the Android system to enter the Android Bluetooth interface. If it is set to OEM Bluetooth, click Communication to enter the OEM Bluetooth interface. This is the amplifier selection. If there is no amplifier installed, please select OEM amplifier. The 360 camera is also selected according to the type of 360 camera in your car. If the 360 image displays abnormally, you need to check this setting. This setting is only valid for aftermarket 360 cameras. This is the screen brightness automatic adjustment function. After selecting the first option, the screen brightness is adjusted according to the lamp status. Generally, it is recommended to select the first option. Now I turn on and off the lights to demonstrate the effect of automatic screen brightness adjustment. Unit selection is to select metric or English units. When you select metric unit and open the Android dashboard, you will see that the metric unit is displayed above. When you select imperial unit and return to the Android dashboard, you will see the imperial units displayed above. Focus on AHD camera selection. If the display is abnormal after you install the reversing camera, you need to select according to the format of the reversing camera. Generally, you can automatically identify most cameras by selecting automatic detection. The last is the mirror function of the front view camera. When it is turned on, the image of the front view camera can be mirrored. Go back to the factory settings and enter the original car with a list. The first is car without OEM monitor. If your original car has no screen, you need to open this option. The second is the aux switch function. Generally, you can select automatic switch without changing it. The third is the choice of the OEM car audio. Please choose according to the brand of your OEM audio. The fourth is knob selection. If you are a BMW of CCC system, please select knob B when the knob cannot be used normally. Driver's seat is selected according to which side of the steering wheel of your car. If it is a right-hand drive vehicle, select right driver's seat. This option is selected according to the number of doors. If it is a two-door car model, select 2 doors. This is gear selection. If your car is in manual gear, please select Type 2 or Type 3, and select Type 1 for automatic gear. The map key selection option is to set the map key next to the iDrive knob. You can select Android Map or OEM Map. Click the map key to open the corresponding map app. Now I press the map button next to the knob, and the Android default map app will automatically open. When selecting Car Navi, press the map key once to open the map of the OEM system. There are also 2 options, voice key selection and phone key selection, which correspond to the voice key and phone key on the steering wheel respectively. They can be given corresponding functions. Please set them according to your own operating habits. The latter 2 options generally do not need to change the settings. Next, enter the car display menu. Please select half-screen display or full-screen display of the OEM system interface according to the size of the OEM screen. For example, when switching to the OEM system, we find that the OEM interface display is abnormal, so we need to set it to the appropriate resolution. When switching back to the OEM system, the OEM interface displays normally. The CAN protocol menu below is selected according to the OEM system type, and generally does not need to be changed. Next is mic gain. If your microphone volume is too low, enter here to set it. Here you can set the exit time of the reverse image. The default is to choose to exit according to the original vehicle agreement. You can also customize the exit time of the reverse image, which can be set to 110 seconds. In UI configuration, you can select according to your favorite UI interface. The default is the PEM UI. You can select the ID series UI. This is a video demonstration of switching ID UI. Now we choose the UI interface of ID5, and follow the prompt in the small window, saving UI settings. Please restart the monitor after 10 seconds. After waiting for 10 seconds, turn off the car, open the door, and close the door. Click the remote key to lock the car to cut off the power supply of Android device. Restart the car, and return to the Android system interface. At this time, the UI user interface has become ID5 style. Here is Profile Import. You can import system settings through USB disk. The last is the boot logo selection. You can contact us to customize your favorite image as the boot logo. If you want to know how to set the boot logo, you can search SME2 Judges in YouTube to watch it.